So we've got ourselves another Evo, which is the first and does tell us a lot about the next promo we're going to get. It is in the training camp, so they haven't forgot about it. And it's going to be the first Shapeshifter. This is obviously going to give us our lovely upgrade, and it's going to be training time of 13 days if you want to put him in there. 75,000 coins. Born to defend, but really stayed back. Curls flew forward. Chaos trailed behind, now leading the line as the first to shapeshift in style, who turned tackles into tap-ins. Love it. It is brilliant. It's a max of 93, so we're already going in there. Position is a left back, can't be a centre back, and they are basically going to get the premise of being a striker. Absolutely love it. So obviously with a lot of this, you've got to go into the companion app or obviously on the website, but we can see what the Evo does entail. We've got to get the striker position, 30 plus on the finishing, taking up to 95 on max, pace to 95, passes to 91, attacking positioning goes up 60. They get a crazy amount of shooting boost, obviously. Weak foot up to 4 at the minimum. We do get the finesse shot plus, and we get anything else? Technical plus. Is that the only ones? Oh, we get another one as well. And the quick step plus. So we do get a pretty decent upgrade. Now, this is going to hope that you only have no playstyle pluses, because if you've got one, you're not going to get the quick step, unfortunately. And whether you've got a left back that really wants to go into this is the real big question, to be honest. So that's going to be the big question we're going to ask ourselves. And 75,000 coins. It's not terrible. 300 points does sound a little bit better. 5 levels to do it, but it is obviously just 2 days, 2 days, 3 days, 3 days, and 3 days. So this is going to be pretty much just until Shapeshifter does come about. Now, with it being 2 weeks, I'm interested to see if we have one final week of the ultimate team of the season. I know we're on the MLS and the Saudi together, so we've got Messi and Ronaldo. I'm assuming that we're going to get an ultimate. I don't know whether that's going to happen or not, but regardless, we know that the Shapeshifters is coming. I just know in 13 days' time, that's going to be roughly when we will see this card in itself. Now, in terms of the options that you can kind of choose with this, you obviously have got a fair few that we can go with. Now, obviously, Petit's going to be in this. Camavinga, Roberto Carlos, a bit of Theo Hernandez. Depending on what you want to be your striker is the real big question here. If you want someone like Maicon to go with the finesse, the whipped pass, and the rapid, wouldn't be too bad. You've got Beasley, who again wouldn't be too bad in this as well with the finesse, rapid, and quick step. It's going to be at least a solid upgrade to say the least. He already has the rapid quick step if you keep up the pace. Naturally, if you go with basically the 88, you could potentially get him into the first shapeshifter with the technical and also the finesse and not have to worry about another upgrade if you don't have it already. That is kind of the big thing. In terms of what we do get else, it's obviously going to be a 15 overall, so you do want to pick someone within the rating. Other players you can go with. Cancelo is always a great shout as such. Wan-Bissaka, Alphonso Davies was always going to be a big name in that. You're going to see a massive shooting bonus from him. So I think in general, I do want to just take this to go with a player that we're not going to have as left back. Theo Hernandez, realistically, is going to be my left back for a considerable amount of times. So really, anybody else could be the move. You could go with a Furlan Mendy if you really wanted to. I'm kind of looking at Roberto Carlos, if I'm being honest. He could be a really interesting card, just in a totally different position. We have seen him in the past go to left wing and right wing as such in the Shapeshifter. But this is the fun promo that I personally like. I like seeing different players, different positions, and they actually work. A Milinkovic-Savic brings to mind going into centre mid, seeing a Ramos as striker, a Ibrahimovic as centre back with Lukaku partnership. It's always interesting to see. So I'm all for it. I think it's an interesting one to throw in. I would say if you are looking to kind of get this done ASAP, I'd put them in today so you've got that time already out, because I feel like the Shapeshifters will come as soon as this does end in the 13 days. So we've got 2 weeks. Whether it's longer and maybe we have a promo in between, I don't know. But I personally would be looking at basically anybody else that's not going to be your left back, because most of them will have a certain level of style in there. Potentially looking at somebody that doesn't have a defensive playstyle plus already, so you could kind of get away with like a Cancelo having the intercept, It's not the worst to have in the world, obviously going with a finesse. You could go with a Teo if you really wanted to, but it doesn't have no finesse there. The finesse is going to be the number one that I would say is a must to have. If you've got somebody with no playstyle pluses, then even better, but in general, you've got to have at least getting that finesse. You can't skip it away and not have that finesse if you are going to put them as striker. I think that is the absolute must. So like someone like a Furlan Mendy on the base could be a great option with the quick step, the technical, and also the finesse on top of it. Whereas like you look at somebody like a Zambrotta, I mean, it's not got the worst playstyle pluses, but for a striker, that ain't going to fly. So leave it down below. I'm always interested with these sort of ones. It's something different. Have you got any names that you'd like to throw into the hat? Leave it down below. If obviously you want to have a look in the actual app, you want to go on your phone or on the web app and you'll be able to put yourselves through this one if you're figuring out how to use the training camp. But that's going to be it for today. Leave it down below and I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.